It's so weird because we're doing this after the show instead of before. Um, yeah, so good evening, everyone. We're going to be reading or checking up on more hashtag MSS news stories. And like last time, I had Kiefer Dam on the stream.
Yeah, I was driving at the time. I was in Kenosha surveying the damage.
I still find it crazy that you live so close to there. And that it was your hometown.
Yep. I used to go down there during Lords of the Night and just go for walks, but now I can't because of the curfew and the chaos.
Alright, so just from today, obviously. Oh, the xenophobia. Yeah, that one we already read. Okay, so starting from. Did we read Tennessee teen raises thousands of dollars for food banks by making his own vanilla?
I don't think so.
Alright, so this one comes from Signal Boost, who always quotes tweets now that I'm seeing. He always quotes tweets from, yeah. Hang on, I'm typing something. Sorry if you can hear me typing.
It's all right. Now I can hear myself echoing.
I don't know why my head's starting to hurt. We'll get through this though.
Take some Advil. That's what I do.
A 14-year-old baker in Tennessee remembers adding vanilla to brownies just after watching a COVID-19 news segment. And yes, YouTube, I am saying COVID-19, even in the first 5 minutes.
Is it banned?
I don't know, I understand that minions at the zoo avoided saying it for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, so a 14-year-old baker in Tennessee remembers adding vanilla to brownies just after watching a COVID-19 news segment about long lines for food banks across the states. It wasn't right, he thought. People shouldn't be hungry. William Cabanis was making his chocolatey mix when he suddenly had a big idea. He could raise funds for his local food bank, Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee, by making and selling every baker's best friend, vanilla extract. Oops. Since then, William has made over $9,000, over $9,000 in profits, providing over 27,000 meals for those in need.
They also have the dollar sign and the word dollars.
What?
They also have the dollar sign and the word dollars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you looking at it too?
I did. I'm gonna get some earbuds because I can hear myself echoing.
He says, if I can only help one person, I'll be satisfied that I made a difference. However, I'd like to do this for as many people as I can. No one should have to worry about hunger. This is my goal for Vanilla Feeds tomorrow. It takes a village. Oh. Is that the end of the article? Oh no. Since May, he has been creating his own website, designing his own labels, and researching how to make and ship vanilla. He's also been running the Vanilla Feeds Tomorrow Instagram and Twitter accounts. His grandmother helps with keeping up the Facebook page. His dad helps with legal and financial matters. His mother drives him around to make deliveries, and even his younger brother and sister help by making boxes. Proud mom Juliana Cabanis told GNN, William is working so hard to try to help fight hunger in his community. In between spending time with his friends running cross country and track, and the occasional video game, William is preparing to continue making and selling vanilla. Vanilla from Premium Madagascar beams when he heads back to Farragut High School in a couple weeks. Yeah, then it ends on how he's buying an 8-ounce bottle of homemade pure vanilla extract from William and his family means providing 42 meals for people who are hungry. This website is here if you'd like to buy some or make a meal donation. Happy baking. This kid has accomplished more at 14 than I have at 24. And I'm not saying I'm 24, I'm just saying that.
Oh.
It's just, yeah. I will say, because if he was, let's say his kids, or his kids, he's 14. Let's say his siblings are 9. I would also say they accomplished more at 9 than I have at 19. And I'm not 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 19, I'm not 24. And I think we better move on, so that I don't narrow down my age anymore.
Alright. The hell, I have my earbuds on and I'm still echoing. What the hell?
Maybe it's my end.
I don't know.
So do you want to take turns, or do you want to...
Well, I guess we could take turns this time.
Yeah. This one comes from Tweak.
Where's that?
It's here.
Oh, I was scrolling down. Alright, hold on a second.
Oh, I put it in chat. I should probably put earbuds or headphones on too. Yes.
Because I copied and pasted and I right-clicked and said open link and I exited the stream by accident.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I can't read it anyway. I have to log in or create an account. New York Times.
I hate New York Times. I remember once on stream, Scribe kept having that issue, and there was once a story about a tornado or something. It said pay to
I can
read.
it. I can read it. I logged in. I have an account, I remember. Alright. And it's called Convicted of Sex Crimes but with No Victims, right? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Jace Hambrick worked as an apprentice laborer during the week, renovating homes around Vancouver, Washington, and at a neighborhood gas station on weekends. Much of the rest of his life was online. He was hardcore, amassing a collection of more than 200 games. People told him it wasn't smart to be so cut off from reality, but his internet life felt rich. As a dungeon master in Dungeons & Dragons, he controlled other players' destinies. As a video warrior, he was known online by his nom de Guerre and was constantly messaging fellow gamers, particularly his best friend Simon. Though the two had never met in person, over the last few years they paired up as teammates, playing Rainbow Six Siege and Rocket League, and grew close. At 20, Hambrick was still living at home with his mother to save money for college, where he hoped to study game design. He was a voracious reader who could knock off a 1,000-page fantasy novel in 2 days. People liked him. He made them laugh. When he and his mother lived in places that had board game clubs, he was a regular. What was that? What was that?
Huh? Sorry.
What is that? Why are you muted?
Just some echo.
Oh.
It was just an echo, sorry.
Oh. And his kindness could be surprising. He would spend a morning handing out sandwiches to the hungry. The problem, he knew, was that he was a nerd. Sometimes he was too open with people. As a boy, he took medication for ADHD. His mother, Kathleen, describes him affectionately as her, quote, introverted, sensitive, immature, coddled, nerdy son, unquote. They are very close. She would prod him to get out more, but he wasn't someone who could meet women at a bar. Online, it was different. Starting when he was 18, yes, Allie, a few times a month, he clicked through the casual encounters. Yeah, she's my girl. I don't know what she wants. Section of Craigslist looking for sex. There were so many listings, but when he tried messaging, it was rare to get a response. If people did respond, they often went dark after a few emails. Users had to certify that they were 18 or older, but at the time, Craigslist didn't verify users' ages. People described their appearance in personal ads, then sent photos that didn't match. Some seemed to enjoy role-playing. He once replied to a post describing an attractive 21-year-old, but when he arrived at the address she gave him, an old man answered the door. He got out of there fast. Every once in a while it worked out. In the past few years he had sex with 5 or 6 women he met this way. One Friday after work in February 2017, Hambrick came across a casual encounters W4M, woman searching for man, a woman searching for man, post that seemed meant for him. Okay, I got it. Just gamer, quote, just gamer girl sitting home on sunny day, unquote, it read. Quote, we can chat as long as I'm not leveling, unquote. Hambrick emailed back, quote, sounds like fun. What game you playing, unquote. Quote, I am hooked on Alien Isolation, unquote, gamer girl replied. Forget sex, unquote, Hambrick wrote. Quote, let me come watch, I haven't gotten that what yet, unquote, adding that he was 20. Yes, honey. 15 minutes later, gamer girl replied that she was 13. Hambrick was confused. Quote, why did you post an ad in Craigslist if you're 13? You mean 23, unquote? She asked for his cell phone number, and they switched to texting, exchanging photos. Gamer girl was beautiful, he thought, if he wasn't being pranked. Big eyes, cute white cap, soft smile, gazing up at the camera serenely with a really nice set of headphones. They exchanged a few texts about sex. Quote, I can be real bad if you're into bondage, unquote, he typed, but he was already hoping for more than just sex. Quote, I don't get out much, unquote, he texted. Quote, I feel like if we got to talking, it might go somewhere. You're beautiful and a gamer. I have no problem hanging out with you, smiley face, unquote. Quote, that's cool, unquote, gamer girl replied. Quote, what about that eating out stuff, smiley face, unquote. Quote, yes, I will still do that, smiley face, unquote. Quote, oh, my naughty boy, unquote. Was this an elaborate game? Again, she claimed to be 13. The photo seemed to tell a different story, and the gaming chair she was seated in looked too expensive for a kid. She used slang a 13-year-old probably wouldn't know, like FTP, expletive the police, that originated in 80s hip-hop. The vulgarities and snide tone seemed too adult. Her texts were full of LOLs. Was she an immature teenager or a sly adult? Her driving directions seemed too specific for 13. Hambrick texted that he would be driving a red Prius, his mother's, and Gamer Girl replied she would be wearing a gray sweatshirt and ripped jeans. It was a 20-minute drive to the house in suburban Vancouver. After stopping for condoms, he arrived at 7 p.m., 3.5 hours after their first emails. She came to the door just as she'd said, in torn jeans and gray sweatshirt, as beautiful as her photo. She didn't look 13 at all, more like she was in her 20s. Quote, you made it, unquote, she called out and waved for him to follow. Court documents would later show. When he got inside, she disappeared down a hallway. Suddenly, 2 police officers wearing bulletproof vests appeared from a back room, ordered him to lie on the floor, and handcuffed him. Quote, what's going on, unquote, Hambrick asked. Quote, we're going to advise you're under arrest, unquote. Quote, okay, why, unquote, he said. Quote, we'll explain it all in just a moment, unquote, one of the officers answered. Quote, is it possible I could talk to my mom, unquote, he later asked. Quote, that's not possible right now, unquote. Since 2015, nearly 300 men in cities and towns across Washington state have been arrested in online predator stings, most of them run by the State Patrol and codenamed Operation Net Nanny. The men range in age from 17 to 77, though about a quarter are 25 or younger. As many as 2 dozen have been rounded up in a single sting and charged with attempted rape of a child, as Jace Hambrick was, even though no actual children were involved. It's like To Catch a Predator. The emails and texts offering sex are written by undercover officers. The quote, girls, unquote, in the photos are not 13. They are police officers, typically the youngest women on the force. Hold on. This is a long article. Do you want me to read the whole thing?
Well, how much longer is there?
I'm not even a third done.
Well, I guess we can stop right there.
All
if you
right.
want.
What, sweetie? What? The girl's meowing.
Okay, so I know that they read the Bette Midler story. So we're gonna read the other one by Pinkalo, the pandemic profiteer.
Yeah, Pat talked about Bette Midler in his long stream today.
What, Pinkalo? Oh,
No,
Bette
Bette
Midler.
Midler. Yeah, he went long today.
I didn't even know about Bette Midler until I heard it.
Yeah, she made fun of Melania Trump's accent. What are you doing? She's a silly girl.
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised about what?
That they made fun of her, or that anyone made fun of her accent.
Calling her an illegal alien. She still can't speak English. Well,
stupid.
You're acting like the people you think are racist, to Mexicans or Latin Americans.
Right.
So shut up. Oh, eyes.
There was that murder. What's that?
No, that was eyes on stream, sorry.
Oh, that was Easy Eyes.
I know one's in Minneapolis and the others are in Kenosha, and there's one, I think, in Portland. I don't know what's going on. I just see people marching in Kenosha.
Pedophiles as baffling laws passed that could see. Are we past the fact? We're well past it. Assault victims thrown into jail just for telling their story.
Pinkalo?
Yeah, Pinkalo, the pandemic.
Is this from today?
Yeah. Victorians.
Bette Midler? Or wait, which one is... Oh, laws passed that could see rape victims thrown into jail by Daily Mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Victorian sexual assault survivors could be jailed for up to 4 months or face fines exceeding $3,000 for telling their stories using their real names. The Judicial Proceedings Reports Act was changed in February, prohibiting victims from identifying themselves publicly if their attacker has been found guilty. The new law applies retrospectively, meaning victims who have lawfully spoken out previously are now censored from speaking out publicly. Media outlets who defy the law can also be prosecuted and face fines up to $8,000. The only way for victims to identify themselves and tell their stories is to obtain a court order, which is not only time-consuming but would cost more than $10,000 in legal fees. Is that it? Oh, the legislation comes as the Victorian government making a series of changes to fix another problem with the law. Dr. Rachel Bergen, lecturer in the Swinburne Law School, described the change in the law as a major victory for convicted pedophiles and rapists. She said thousands of survivors will now find they cannot tell their stories. Not only can victims no longer use their real names, they cannot provide any identifying features such as photos and publications such as memoirs and autobiographies unless they get a court order. Wow.
Allie, quit it.
Sexual
He's
assault
running
survivors are
around like a
now fighting
maniac.
their right to share their stories with the hashtag Let Us Speak campaign launched on Wednesday. The campaign, which is a collaboration between rape and sexual assault research for advocacy, RASRARA. Allie!
That's Allie. I'm holding her. You're okay. She wants to go, go, go. Go on. You're silly. See her? What are you doing? You're so silly. What are you doing? Yeah. So yeah.
Alright, the campaign is a collaboration between I already read that. Melbourne mother Maggie, 44, was raped from age 8 by her father, who also sexually abused her older stepsister Kate. When Maggie was 17, he was arrested and charged with rape and gross indecency, as well as multiple accounts of bestiality after Kate reported her abuse to the police. Yeah, and right after you showed us your cute little kitty. In May 1997, 4 days before the trial was set to begin, he shot Kate dead at work after tracking her down using a private investigator. He was sent to prison the following year after pleading guilty to murder in exchange for the sexual offenses being dropped. His parole eligibility date looming, Maggie decided to come forward, resulting in her father receiving a 9-year jail sentence for multiple counts of incest and rape against her.
Yep.
However, in March of this year, the Supreme Court of Appeal slashed his sentence for his crimes against Maggie, crimes against Maggie, ruling he could serve them concurrently with his murder sentence, leaving him eligible for parole in June of 2022.
Less than 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm now a mother of 3 beautiful children. I wouldn't want him out in any community. I'm not just scared for my children, I'm scared for all children. I also have to be the voice for my sister, too. She never got justice for the sexual abuse she experienced either, Maggie said. Maggie contacted Australian media news outlets to draw the attention to the lenient sentences given to pedophiles, only to learn of the new law that makes it a crime for the media to publish her name of her father's, as it could indirectly identify her. My sister was murdered for trying to tell her story, and now I'm stopped from telling mine. He has all the power again. It has to change, Maggie said. Victorian Attorney General Jill Hennessy has written to Maggie and other members of the hashtag Let Us Speak campaign to say she is very sorry to hear of their experiences. She has requested the Department of Justice and Community safely look into those cases. A GoFundMe page is then set up to cover the court costs of survivors battling to overturn the gag law. Similar gag laws were overturned in the Northern Territory and Tasmania earlier this year as a result of the hashtag Let Us Speak campaign. However, they differed to the Victorian legislation as they were outdated and pre-existing policies. Wow. That was definitely something.
Yep. Did you see my chat message?
Oh, yeah. Oh no,
Do you know what causes that?
What?
Being behind.
Oh no, Minions at the Zoo started.
Yeah. Do you want to read a couple more?
We can.
Okay.
You got this next one?
Sure. Are we going down or up?
Up. So from Call of the Pandemic Profiteer.
The law is passed. Oh no! Wait. Bette Midler.
In just 2 years, they rediscovered 4 amazing animals on their 25 lost species list. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight, 9,
Hey, come on. Allie's being crazy. All right, we're doing the animals one?
Yeah.
Where is that? Are you on top or latest?
Latest.
Oh, well, I saw it somewhere. Where is it? Fuck off, stupid. No, I'm looking at another Medium article. Sorry for the language. I don't see it. What the hell's wrong with me?
It's in chat.
Hope I don't accidentally Well, I don't know where it is. I don't see how it's not showing up for me in MSS News. Allie, will you please stop?
I put it in chat.
Crazy cat. I know, I see it. In just 2 years, they've rediscovered 4 amazing animals on their 25 lost species list. In just over 2 years since Global Wildlife Conservation promoted their 25 most wanted list of lost species, a series of rediscoveries has reduced that number down to 20. Am I going fast enough?
You're fine.
All right, I don't want to, I want to make up for lost time. That cat is going crazy. On expeditions in recent months, scientists have been going into the deepest jungles, into the remotest parts of various countries, all in the name of preserving biodiversity. Take a look at the charismatic flora and fauna that are now known to still be with us and celebrate these fascinating finds. From Lost to Found. Number 1, Jackson's climbing salamander. Last seen, 1975. Rediscovered, 2017. The first species on the 25 most wanted list to be rediscovered happened by complete accident and actually occurred months before a GWC planned expedition to Guatemala's Cuchumatanes mountain range to look for the animal. Discovered by a guard at the GWC-founded Finca San Isidro Amphibian Reserve while on patrol, the story of the, quote, golden wonder, unquote, rediscovery will make your heart swell with joy and includes the culmination of herpetologist Carlos Vazquez Almazen's life's work, as well as the rediscovery of 2 other lost salamander species in the process. Long and gold like crystallized honey with the black racing stripe down its back, the salamander's rediscovery was, quote, for me personally, a moment of sheer joy, unquote, says Vasquez. Number 2, Wallace's giant bee. Last seen 1981, rediscovered 2019. 38 years is a long time to go without seeing the world's largest species of bee, one that possesses a wingspan of 2.5 inches. 4 times larger than the European honeybee, this giant insect was rediscovered in 2019 on the Indonesian islands known as the North Moluccas. You can hear the passion in Clay Bolt, the man responsible for its rediscovery, when he spoke to GWC about what it was like to scratch the second species off the 25 most wanted list. Quote, it was absolutely breathtaking to see this quote-unquote flying bulldog of an insect that we weren't sure existed anymore, to have real proof right there in front of us in the wild, unquote, said Bolt, who spent years researching the right habitat type with trip partner Eli Wyman. Quote, to actually see how beautiful and big the species is in life, to hear the sound of its giant wings thrumming as it flew past my head was just incredible. My dream is to now use this rediscovery to elevate this bee to a symbol of conservation in this part of Indonesia and a point of pride for the locals there, unquote. Number 3, velvet pitcher plant. Last seen, 1918. Rediscovery, 2019. As mentioned above, this species disappeared from the scientific record just as quickly as it entered. Hailing from the bizarre world of carnivorous plants, the velvet pitcher plant was rediscovered in May 2019 on the slopes of a mountain called Kimul, which GWC describes as sitting in the quote most remote, last remaining large patch of true wilderness in Borneo, unquote. Number 4, silverbacked chevrotain. Last seen 1990, rediscovery 2019. Knocking 3 species off the 25 most wanted list in a year, GWC was delighted when they were able to confirm the existence of the aptly named fangled mouse deer, the first mammal on the list to be rediscovered. Scientists know almost nothing about the general ecology or conservation status of this species, making it one of the highest mammal conservation priorities in the greater Annamite Mountains of Indochina, one of GWC's focal wildlands. Using local knowledge, the GWC-backed research team placed camera traps around areas where locals claimed to have seen a chevrotain with a silver stripe down its back, distinguishing it from the lesser mouse deer, which is far more common. This resulted in 275 photos of the species. The team then set up 29 cameras in the same area, this time recording 1,881 photographs of the chevrotain over 5 months. Number 5, Somali Sengi, last seen 1968, rediscovered 2020. The discovery, as GNN reports, of the quote tiny elephant shrew unquote marks the first African animal on the 25 most wanted list to be found, as well as the only one to be found living in relatively stable and healthy populations. A distant relative of Goliaths, like the manatee and elephant, this tiny incarnation of trunked mammals races around as fast as an Olympic sprinter, vacuuming up ants with its nose in much the same way as the aardvark. An expedition beginning in 2019 looked to utilize local knowledge about the Sengai from the people of Djibouti rather than the country of the Sengi, I don't know how to pronounce that, namesake. The locals got it completely right, and it took only one trap filled with coconut, peanut butter, and yeast to find the little guy. Quote, it was amazing, unquote, Stephen Heritage, a research scientist at Duke University in the US, told The Guardian. Quote, when we opened the first trap and saw the little tuft of hair on the tip of its tail, we just looked at one another and couldn't believe it. A number of small mammal surveys since the 1970s did not find the Somali Sengi in Djibouti. It was serendipitous that it happened so quickly for us, unquote. Looking forward, using renowned and talented artists to help depict the 25 most wanted on the GWC website, the conservation charity tries to portray the animals as works of art and their potential extinction as akin to losing a priceless sculpture. GWC is currently awaiting a DNA test result to confirm whether or not the Fernandina Galapagos giant tortoise can become the first reptile on the list to be rediscovered. So who knows? Soon that most wanted list may go down to just 19. And that's the end of it.
Wow, amazing discoveries. How long should we continue to go on for?
I don't know. Maybe you can read one more.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry, it's just the reason I wasn't really responding was because I saw a meme. Just it was like implying that conservatives are happy and glad that black people who have been shot by the police were found out to have a criminal record.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe Maybe they're trying to justify it because they're trying to debunk the myth that police are just scouring the landscape for random black people to kill. It's like, oh no, he was in the wrong because, he has a criminal record, He didn't comply. He was fighting and he was looking for a knife under his seat. But
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, his criminal record isn't that relevant, but if he was, not complying and reaching under his seat for a weapon and, wrestling, then I don't think he should have been shot. I mean, I think they should have, I don't know, used something else. Like, not just a taser, but like pepper spray or something. I don't know.
I'll have to address that meme a
Maybe a
different
baton.
time.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, white people get killed and shot and brutalized by police too. But it doesn't fit their stupid narrative.
Okay, this also comes from Good News Network. After decades of hard work, Africa finally eradicates the wild polio virus from its continent in momentous milestone. The World Health Organization, you can't trust them, is celebrating the news that the African continent is finally free of the. Well, how do we know it's free if it's the World Health Organization who's celebrating this news? Free of the wild polio virus 24 years after Nelson Mandela held Rotary International launch its Kick Polio Out of Africa campaign. Today's a historic day in Africa. Hang on.
I hear something.
Today's a historic day in Africa. For Africa, which has successfully met the certification criteria for wild polio eradication. No cases being reported in the region for 4 years, said Professor Rose Ghana Famben Leek, who heads the African Regional Certification Commission for Polio Eradication, ARCC. The success comes after an exhaustive, decades-long process of documentation and analysis of polio surveillance and immunization of the 40 region's 47th member states, which included conducting field verification visits to each country. In 1996, African leaders of every country committed to eradicate polio at a time when the virus was paralyzing an estimated 75,000 children annually. While there's no cure for polio, the disease can be prevented through the administration of a simple, effective vaccine.
In what year?
Mandela's call that year, 1996.
Okay.
Mandela's call that year mobilized African nations across the continent to step up their efforts to reach every child with the polio vaccine, and the last case of wild polio virus was detected and not defeated in 2016 in Nigeria. Officials at WHO say the polio eradication efforts have prevented up to 1.8 million children from lifelong paralysis and saved approximately 180,000 lives, which is approximately how many people died in the U.S. from coronavirus, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
I was roboting.
Like a minute ago. Like just for 1 second.
That was funny. Or that must have been funny.
Mm.
Alright. This is a momentous milestone for Africa. Now future generations of African children live free of wild polio, said Dr. Matshidiso. You know what? Your name is Steve Smith.
Okay,
Said Dr.
monkey.
Steve Smith, World Health Organization Director for Africa. This historic achievement was only possible thanks to the leadership and commitment of governments, communities, global polio eradication partners, and philanthropists. I pay special tribute to the frontline um, to the frontline health workers and vaccinators, some of whom lost their lives for this noble cause. This announcement Tuesday marked only the second eradication of a virus from the face of Africa since smallpox 40 years ago. While eradication of the polio is a major achievement, 16 African countries have reported cases of CVGPV2. While rare, these vaccine-derived poliovirus cases can occur when the weakened live virus is used in the oral polio vaccine passes among under-immunized populations, and over time changes to a form that can cause paralysis. If a population is adequately immunized with the polio vaccines, it will be protected from both wild and polio circulating vaccine-derived polioviruses. Wait, where was I?
I don't know. I'm not on the article.
Oh, here it is. Africa has demonstrated that despite having weak health systems, significant logistical and operational challenges across the continent, African countries have collaborated very effectively in eradicating wild poliovirus, said Dr. Pascal Smith, coordinator of WHO polio eradication in the African region. The innovations and expertise that the polio program has established, I am confident that we can sustain the gains post-certification and eliminate CVDPV2, added Dr. Smith. Thanks to the eradication of governments, the World Health Organization, Rotary International, UNICEF, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, polio cases have been reduced worldwide by 99.9% since 1988. Only Afghanistan and Pakistan still have cases of the wild virus. The expertise gained polio eradication will continue to assist the African region in tackling COVID-19 and other health problems that have plagued the continent for so many years. This will be the true legacy of polio eradication in Africa, said Dr. Moti. Alright, well, I think we're done.
Alright. Satsu is streaming right now.
Yeah, I know. They've been streaming. They usually start their game streams 15 to 20 minutes after the show ends. Try pronouncing this name. That's why I kept saying Smith.
Wait, you type it in chat? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Oh, in comments? Oh, Dr. Pascal Makanda?
Wakanda.
Makanda.
Their name is Smith.
Yolanda. Shaniqua, I don't know. You gonna go to Minions now or what?
Yeah, I might as well.
Alright.
They don't have as many. Scap is on.
They
don't have as many female guests as they. Or at least not Sanguini.
Sanguine. They have 6 people on there.
Yeah.
They have 6 people on there.
And
Sanguini, Eeyore, Unholy Reaper, H, Useless Jason, and Skep. Where's Prospero? She's in chat, but she's not on stream. Why is that?
No.
Taking the night off or something?
Yeah, I guess.
She's talking to Sir Adamantine in chat. I don't know who that is. Hey, Allie. Allie's back.
Allie.
Hey, baby.
Allie's
saying good night.
Even though I shield, I still don't have any viewers.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I guess some guy named Batman subscribed to me today on after listening to me on Pats. Because I showed my channel. Oh, check out footage of the aftermath of the riots whenever they happen. Yeah. I need to upload my videos earlier because it's like over 12 hours after it's happened. I should do it in the morning. I don't know what they're doing right now. I'm not on their eyes on stream right now. I can check.
Easy eyes.
Minneapolis is the one that's audible. Kenosha, they're just standing around, really. They're not setting anything on fire, which is a good thing. Or looting or nothing.
Ah,
I hope the worst
thanks
is
for
over.
joining me. Thanks for reading us stories.
You're welcome. I hope they don't do anything bad in Kenosha again.
I hope so, neither too.